Hello, I'm Cathleen. I hope you've been having a fabulous day, and I'm so grateful you've made time to meet me on your yoga mat. If you would, find your way to Sukhasana. As you settle down onto your mat, let your knees go wide. Allow yourself to find your sits bone. Some gentle rocking back and forth, maybe some drawing out of the flesh from underneath you, and your hands will come to rest on your knees. Settling into your space, eyes can remain open, softening your gaze, or maybe even blinking them closed. We'll come into a natural breath pattern where we're breathing in and out and just settling in. This short practice will include some gentle stretching, flowing through the Moon Salutation, additional stretching, and then a lovely Shavasana. So glad you're here this time with me. May this yoga practice serve you well. Draw your attention to your tailbone. Allow your tailbone to be part of the rooting down into the mat. And then walk up your vertebrae, one vertebrae at a time, coming up the low back, up through the low lumbar spine, that beautiful C space between the ribs, noticing each vertebrae between the shoulders, and on up to the base of your neck. As you draw your attention through the vertebrae in the neck, maybe a little tuck of the chin towards the throat will elongate that space. Giving that tech neck a little bit of a break here. And take the beautiful string of pearls, the vertebrae, the attention all the way up through the crown of the head. Notice if that created and allowed you a little bit more space in the body for your inhalations to expand the rib space, expand the belly, expand the chest. And then on the exhalations, the drawing of the ribs towards each other, the softening of the belly, and the lowering of the chest. Filling the body with beautiful oxygen, letting that oxygen do its work in the body, and then with the exhale, releasing that. Inhaling energy and releasing any stagnant energy. Bringing in the fresh and releasing what has been used, what's no longer necessary, whatever might need to be released with each exhale. Give your shoulders permission to sink away from the ears. Let the shoulder blades melt down your back. We hold so much tension in our shoulders and neck. Taking this yoga practice off the mat, you can notice when you're starting to draw those shoulder blades up, tension adding, maybe too much computer time, whatever it might be. Just say, shoulders, you have permission to relax back and down, away from the ears. Shoulder blades, permission to move down the back. Your next inhale, take the crown of the head even more energetically towards the ceiling. And then on the exhale, allow the left ear to move towards your left shoulder. Stretching that right neck space, inhaling into that muscle, expanding. And on the exhale, the muscle has the chance to draw back in towards the throat. On an inhale, bring the head back to level. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. And very quickly we can notice how our life activities create inconsistency in the body. So maybe the stretch on one side or the other in the neck gave you a little bit more to notice. And that might be simply because your computer screen's one direction, or you've done a lot of driving this week. So our yoga practice gives us the opportunity to even things out, even if it's just a little bit. Inhale, head to level, chin level with the earth. On your next exhale, chin to chest. Watch the stretch move back down from the base of the skull, down the neck. Where's the stretch moving in your body? If you'd like to give permission for the chin to move even more towards the chest, go ahead. And again, watch the stretch travel down the back. Maybe even heads down to the shoulder blades. Just notice. Inhale brings the chin back to level and pause. And then take the chin, if it's in your range of motion, if it's comfortable for you, up slightly. Don't allow the head to dump back, just a little bit of a stretch for the throat. A little reminder here, my words are just cues and suggestions. Please honor your body, what works well for you and what doesn't. And if it doesn't, stay away from that. Yoga should never be painful. We're just looking for a beautiful stretch and movement. Exhale, bring the chin level. Inhale, bring your arms up above you. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Inhale, stretch your hands out in front. And exhale, bring the right hand behind the body, left hand outside the right knee. Moving into a little twist. On an exhale, we'll come to center. And inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reaching forward. And exhale, this time open up and twist to the left. Right hand outside the knee, left hand behind you. This is the first twist, so it may not be your fullest expression. Don't press it, don't push it. There's more twists in this practice today. And on an exhale, unwind, come back to center. Inhale, bring the arms up, let the fingertips touch and the elbows soften. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, drop the right hand next to you, and on an exhale, press the left hand up and over the head, coming into a side stretch. Inhale, come up. Exhale, let the elbows bend slightly. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, float left hand down and allow the stretch to happen for the right side. Inhale, reach up, float that hand down, and we'll transition into table. Unwrap the legs. Maybe take the right leg long, give a little bit of a stretch before you draw it in underneath the hip. Take the left leg long, give it a little stretch, curl the toes behind you, and then bring it underneath the hip. Wrists right under shoulders, knees under hips, find your table. Spread your fingers out nice and wide, pressing into all parts of the hand. Lift up your heart center space slightly. creating more space across the back. Energetically draw the thighs towards each other and draw the navel up and in towards the spine, drawing the rib space together. Press into the tops of the feet. Lots happening as we hold this strong posture. Observe where you're noticing sensations and what's happening in your body. Let your neck be long. Come back to the thought of tailbone through crown of the head line of energy. Gaze straight down, keeps that neck nice and long for us. And then on your next inhale, let your belly move towards the earth and your gaze come forward. Exhale, draw the tailbone down, chin to chest, press up through the shoulders. And inhale, belly towards the earth, gaze forward, cow. Exhale, chin to chest, shoulders towards, or shoulder blades to the sky, cat. And now I invite you to move with your breath, moving through cow and cat, changing the spine as you stretch and lengthen, vertebrae moving, beautiful arching and stretching. And then observe what else your body wants. Maybe a little bit of dipping of the shoulders. Maybe a little gazing back at the toes. Maybe some rounding off of the hips in your cat. Flow through your cat-cow, taking it 3, 4, 5 more times, honoring whatever extra movements your body's seeking. We'll all come back to table here in a moment. But enjoy this gentle movement. Enjoy satisfying what the spine's looking for, the hips, the shoulders, the neck, honoring your yoga practice in your body. We'll come back to table, giving everybody another moment or two to finish and come back. Press into the hands. Let the shoulder blades reach out and away from the spine. Let the navel reach up towards the spine. Activate the thighs with the pressing down and then the shins lifting and drawing the thighs towards each other. And then curl your toes and lift your hips up and back, down face dog. Pedal out the feet. Make any adjustments. Let your breath flow. And come to stillness. The gentle inhalations of the breath filling the body, and the gentle, slow exhalations releasing. Lift up on your toes and let your knees come towards the mat. Step to the front of your mat, maybe taking several steps. Allow yourself to hang heavy, reaching for either elbow in your ragdoll. Release the elbows, let the arms just dangle. Little bend in the knee, and slowly, one vertebrae at a time, allow yourself to draw up to your full height, wrapping the shoulders down and back, and find your mountain pose. Feet underneath the hips, lift your toes, press the big toe mound into your mat, the pinky toe mound. Come along the blade edge of the mat, Pressing into the heel, rooting down through the feet. Lifting up through the heels and knees, hips, through the torso, through the neck and through the crown of the head. Fingertips reaching towards the earth and the shoulders relaxed away from the ears. Beautiful Tadasana, mountain pose. Spend a moment here just looking within yourself. Perhaps there was an intention you came to your mat with. Perhaps you're just seeking some movement today. But let the movement, let your intention blend to enjoy this practice to its fullest. Inhale, allow the arms to reach up and let your fingertips touch. Exhale, bend the elbows. Full moon. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale to the right. Let that right elbow bend. Think crescent moon. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, little bend in the elbows. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, side bend to the left. Let the left elbow bend. Feel the stretch in the right side of the body. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, step out with your right foot and land in goddess. Elbows will be wide. Shoulder blades drawn together. Tailbone seeking the earth. Knees bent. In the Moon Salutations, we're slow in our movements, pausing and being quiet, not energizing and heating as we do in the Sun Salutations, but this is cooling and quiet. On an inhale, reach up, star. We'll make a transition with the right toes pointing towards the right side of your mat, the left heel coming out slightly, and drawing forward, fingertips reach towards the mat, nose towards the knee, moving into pyramid pose. Allow the right knee to bend and the left foot to turn, left knee to find its way to the mat. Low runner's lunge, feeling for the stretch on the hip flexor of the left leg. And then inhale, crane. And if you're so inclined, add a little back bend here. We'll inhale and reach up, and exhale, plant the hands in front of the right foot. Transition onto the toes of the right foot, moving into Skandasana. Left toes reaching towards the sky. Hands can stay on the mat to help with some balance, or draw your hands into the heart center. Allow your hands to come to the mat. Draw the left leg in. Sink into Malasana. Elbows pressing into the knees. Feet flat on the earth. Tailbone seeking the earth. Crown of the head seeking the sky. Bring your hands to the mat. And this time we'll extend the right leg out and sit on that left calf for Skandasana to the left. Just reminding ourselves that this is our yoga practice and my words are just cues and suggestions. So taking this particular posture at whatever height works best for you, whether it's sunk all the way down onto the calf or maybe holding it up a little bit higher, working with your yoga practice. Bring your hands to the mat. Take yourself to the left side of the mat. Right knee finds its way to the earth, calf or shin as well. Perhaps needing to reset this left leg out slightly. Press into your right hip flexor and then inhale, rise, crane pose. And again, adding that little back bend if you're so inclined. Reaching and stretching. And on an exhale, bring the hands to frame the left foot. Curl the right toes under. Lift up. Set that right foot down, toes facing 2 o'clock. Left knee straightening, moving into pyramid pose to the left side of your mat. Draw your left hand inside the foot, transitioning back to the front of your mat. And inhale, reach up, star pose. Energy, stretch and reach. And on an exhale, sink the sits bones down, elbows wide, goddess pose. Generous bend in the knee. Coming to this as you like. This is your yoga practice. Inhale, reach up, step in, exhale, hands to heart center. Taking our moon salutation to the left. Inhale up, exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crescent moon left, bend the left elbow, stretch the right side body. Let that right arm reach up and across the head. Inhale up. Exhale, full moon. Inhale up. Exhale, right. Unlike sun salutation, we don't try and match one movement, one breath with our moon salutation. We take little pauses. We will move with some breath. Inhale. Exhale, step out left, goddess. But we hold the postures a little bit longer. It's not one breath, one movement. And again, this is a cooling flow. Inhale, star. Stretch energy. On an exhale, start the transition, moving the left toes to the side of the mat, right toes facing 2 o'clock, and then bend forward, nose to knee, pyramid pose. Observing the stretch in the body. Allow your left knee to bend and your right knee to come down behind you. Top of the right shin onto the mat, top of the right foot onto the mat. And when you're ready, on an inhale, rise, crane pose, pressing into the right hip flexor, adding the baby back bend if you're so inclined. And on an exhale, bring the hands down to the mat and transition into your Skandasana, bringing the left calf underneath the left thigh, extension of the right leg long, toes to the sky, hands at heart center or on the earth. Finding your balance, finding your center, finding your quiet. Hands to the earth, draw the right foot in and sink into Malasana. Knees wide, spine long, draw your chin in. We're not jutting the chin. Keep that long line of energy, tailbone through crown of the head. And bring your hands to the mat. And we'll transition into Skandasana to the right. So sitting on the calf of the right leg, up on the toes, the right foot, left leg extended. Shoulders are away from your ears. Breath is entering in and out, quietly and peacefully. Transitioning. Bring your hands to your mat. Turn to the right side of the mat. Let your left knee find the mat, top of the foot find the mat. Adjust your right leg as needed. And press into the left hip flexors. And on an inhale, rise. Crane. Baby back bend on an exhale. Exhale. Frame the foot, curl the toe underneath, lift up, setting the left toes towards 10 o'clock, straightening the right knee, nose to knee, pyramid pose. Bring your right hand inside the right foot, turn towards the front of your mat, and with an inhale, rise into star. And exhale, goddess. Let your elbows reach wide, draw the shoulder blades together, tailbone reaches to the earth. Everyone is doing a fabulous job. And on an inhale, reach up, step in, exhale, mountain pose. Beautiful. We'll take both sides of that moon salutation again. A little bit, when I say a little bit quicker, I don't mean one breath, one movement. A little less talk from me, a little bit more introspection on your part. Without me talking at you, you can feel and you can stay within yourself, perhaps a little bit better, but I'll still lead. Inhale up. Full moon. Inhale up. Crescent right. Inhale up. Exhale full. Inhale up. Exhale crescent left. Inhale up. Exhale right, goddess. Inhale up, star. Energy, energy, stretch. On an exhale, transition into, right. Right into pyramid, nose to knee. Bend into the right knee. Set the left knee down. Inhale, rise, crane. On an exhale, bring the hands in front of the right foot. Transition into Skandasana. Right toes underneath you. Thigh sitting on the calf, navel drawn into the spine, tailbone through crown of the head alignment. Bring your hands down between the knees, draw the left foot in, and sink into your Malasana. Hands to the left, extend the right leg long, toes up, sitting on the left calf and the left toes. Again, drawing up or keeping the hands with connection. Bring your chin in towards your throat. Lengthen your back of your neck. Feels so good when we do that. The jaw is unhinged. Bring the hands to the mat. Turn to the left side of your mat. Let the left knee find the mat, left top of the foot find the mat. Step out the right leg if necessary. That bent right knee, left knee, reach up. Stretch up. Exhale, bring the hands to the mat. Curl the toe under. Set the right toes to face 2 o'clock. Straighten the left knee into your pyramid pose. Walk the hands to the front of your mat. Bring the left toes to the front of the mat. Now on inhale, rise. Star. Beautiful stretch and energy. The rooting down of the feet, the rising of the arms up and away. And then exhale, sink the tailbone down, bend the elbows. Goddess pose. Inhale, reach up, step in. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, rise. Half moon or full moon. Inhale up. Crescent moon. Left. Stretch the right. Inhale up. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale up. Exhale to the right. Bend the elbows, stretch the left side. Inhale up. Exhale, step out. Goddess. Inhale, stretch up, star. On an exhale, turn to the left, bringing the right toes to 10 o'clock, the hands to frame the left foot facing the left side of your mat and the nose to the knee. Pyramid pose. Feeling your stretch. Bend the left knee. Bring the right knee down. Let the top of the foot find the mat. And on an inhale, rise. Crane. Inhale brings us back out of the back bend. Exhale brings the hands out in front of the left foot, and we transition onto the toes of the left foot, moving into Skandasana. Right toes reaching up energetically towards the ceiling as we settle into this balanced posture. Continue to notice what's happening within your mind, body, and spirit through this Moon Salutation flow. Bring the hands to the mat, draw your right foot in, sink the hips low, Malasana. Opening up the hips, nice stretch. Bring the hands to the mat, transition to your right. Extend the left leg long. toes to the sky. Again, observing what's happening within your body. Maybe you're noticing a strength on one side. Celebrate that, but don't criticize what you see as a side that is not as strong. That's what we're working on. It's all good. You're all good. You're better than good. You're fabulous. Let your hands come to the mat, and we'll transition. Right leg out in front, left foot, left leg behind, top of the knee, shin, top of the foot on the left leg extended behind you, and inhale, rise, crane. Inhale for that, reach up. Exhale, brings the hands to plant beside the foot. Curl the left toes, bring them underneath you. Left toes face 10 o'clock. Transition the hips to square. Bring the nose to the straightened right knee. And while I say straightened, I don't mean locked. Enjoying the varying stretches as we move through these different postures. The strengthening aspect of the postures, the balancing aspect of the postures, but always reminding ourselves about the breath. Transition the hands inside, turn the toes towards the front of your space, and inhale, rise, star. There's that beautiful release breath. Inhale, reach energy. Exhale, sink, goddess. Tailbone down, shoulders down, elbows wide, knees out over the toes, not beyond the toes. Inhale, reach up, step in. Exhale, hands to heart center. There's many variations of the Moon Salutation. I was happy to introduce that one to you. That was 2 full rounds. Moon Salutations move left and right. Just like the moon cycles, we took it all the way around this way, and then all the way around that way, and came back to center. And then we took it all the way around this way, and then all the way around that way, and back to center. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands through heart center, forward fold. Inhale into a halfway lift, and exhale into a forward fold. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, sink. Chair pose for a moment. Let the hips sink back and down. On an inhale, stretch the left hand out in front of you. Bring the right hand behind. A little chair twist. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, sink back down into your chair. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, twist. The opposite direction. Bring your hands back to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, do a little moon. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, this time we'll let that right hand fall all the way to the thighs. We take that nice big stretch up and over the head. Inhale, bring it all up. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, reach. Exhale, let the left hand float all the way down to the thigh. Right hand goes up and over the body. Stretch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring the hands down, bend the elbows, and then let the arms float out to a T. And then let the arms float behind you. Interlace the hands, fingers behind you, or just place your hands in your back pocket. Draw your shoulder blades towards each other. Open up through your heart space. Open up through the collarbone. Stretch the knuckles down towards the earth, pulling the shoulders down and away from your ears. Release the bind. And allow yourself to take a couple kicks and flicks of the hands. Some rolling of the shoulders, whatever your body's seeking right here before we find our way back to our mat. So as we find our way to our mat, go ahead and allow yourself, find your way to the mat with your back on the mat and your knees into your chest. Really give them a nice little tug. Let that low back come off the mat. Press the low lumbar spine into the mat. Maybe a couple ankle circles. And then reverse it. And then let the knees move away from the chest. Roll down onto the sacrum. Let the low lumbar spine pull up. Bring the knees back into the chest. Releasing again. Take the knees slightly side to side. Giving that low back a little massage. And then let the left knee stay still and just make some small hip circles with the right knee. And after 3, 4, or 5, whatever your magic number is, reverse it. Bring the right knee back to steady and quiet and take it to the left knee. Some gentle circles. And then reverse. And come to quiet. Just unbend the knees and let the legs reach towards the sky. Allow your arms to stretch out into that T. Press the heels towards the ceiling, toes back towards the head. What a nice big stretch for the back side of the body, or back side of the legs all the way to the glutes. And then bend the knees, reaching up with your peace fingers, grabbing the big toes. Find your happy baby. The shoulders want a little bit of an adjust. Take that. Allow the chin to move in towards the chest and throat so that we're not jutting the chin up. We want to feel the back of the skull. Allow the neck to be long and straight, feeling the shoulders press into the mat. Release the big toes and allow your knees to meet. Let your arms come back out into that T. And slowly allow the knees to move to the right side, rolling over onto your right hip. And after the knees and hip have made their connection, draw your attention to the left rib space. And create a little bit more of a twist there. Then bring your attention to the left shoulder connecting to the mat. And your gaze can move from the ceiling over to the left hand, if that's good for your neck. If you'd like to add a little bit of extra something, you can place your right hand on top of that left knee, just making sure it keeps its connection to the right bottom knee. But all parts of this is for you, taking what you and your body need today. I'm so tickled that you joined me for this Moon Salutation flow and gentle stretching. My hope and prayer is that it serves you well today and throughout your day. Whatever we have going there with that right hand, we'll let it come back to the T, and slowly with those strong core muscles, bring your knees back to center. Extend the legs up the wall. Press the heels away. Nice little push there with the heels. And then bend the knees again. The flush has happened internal organs from that twist. So now we'll draw the knees to the left side, coming onto the left hip. Attention to the right rib space, coming into that twist, allowing the right shoulder to find its connection, and the gaze can softly move from the ceiling towards your right hand. And if you like, take the left hand on top of that right knee, drawing that right knee down a little bit more. It's not intended to be a pulling down, just a little extra weight. Beautiful stretch for the body, a beautiful little wring out for the organs, and then when we untwist, all that good nutrition and blood flow and oxygen and energy rush into the core of the body, nourishing all those organs that work so hard for us all day long, all night long, whether we're thinking about them or not. There's something to be certainly grateful for. Release the left hand off the knees if you have them there, and inhale, bringing the knees back into center. Wrap your hands around your shins, bring your nose up towards your knee, and curl into your tiny ball. As we pause here, notice the tightness happening in the body. And then on your exhale, notice the release out into your Shavasana posture. Let your hands fall to the side, palms facing up or down. Hands somewhere 8, 10, 12, 16 inches from the body. And the heels find either corner of your mat. And as you settle in for this Shavasana, give permission to the space, to your forehead to soften, and allow the space between the eyebrows to open. The skin of the face simply to rest on your bone structure. And feel the ears almost melting off the side of your head. Checking that the jaw is unhinged and the tongue is fallen to the bottom of your mouth. And the chin tucks slightly towards the throat, releasing the back of the neck. As you draw your next inhale, let the heart center move towards the ceiling, and on your exhale, allow yourself to melt into your mat, feeling the shoulder blades melt into the mat. And that felt so good. Let's do that a second time. Inhale, let the heart center expand. Exhale, body melts. Your mat's there, you're supported. Continuing to allow the body to release and relax, giving permission to the belly to soften and the back muscles to rest. The hips and glutes, no need to hold tight. Release. The thighs and calves, the biceps and forearms, the full legs and arms, all have permission to just rest on the mat. Your fingers and toes exist at the ends of the palms of your hands and the soles of your feet. And the only responsibility you have during this time of Shavasana is to watch your breath. Letting the things of the day still stay at bay. You're still here on your mat for your quiet and restful time. I would like to encourage you to stay in your Shavasana as long as you're able, enjoying this quiet and this rest. And when you move out into the rest of your day, take this quiet and rest with you. Take your peace, love, and joy with you and extend it to the whole world. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste.